Parshas Savoh. At the end of the parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu is rebuking Klal Yisrael after 40 years in the Midbar, before his Petira now, before he's going to die. And he says to Klal Yisrael, V'lo nosan Hashem lochem leiv ladas ve'einayim lirois v'oznayim l'shmoya ad hayom hazeh. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not give you a heart to know, to understand, and eyes to see, and ears to hear until this day, until today. There are two explanations in Rashi. The second pshat in Rashi is you have no heart to know, to understand. She'ein Adam oimed al tzoif das rabbi v'chochmas mishnosai ad arboim shona. A person cannot understand thoroughly the knowledge of his teacher, of his Rebbe, and nor the wisdom of his studies ad arboim shana, until 40 years. Therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was not strict with you until this day. But now that you are in the midbar for 40 years already, now Yakpid, Hashem will be strict with you. Basically, Moshe Rabbeinu was rebuking them, like we say in Yiddish. So he's on a nishkin mention. They're not mentioned. They have no heart. They have no eyes. They have no ears, and until this day, till after 40 years in the Midbar. What's the reason that they couldn't absorb what Moshe Rabbeinu was teaching them? For 40 years they couldn't observe it. They couldn't absorb it. And the Sipurna adds one word, two words, Miroiv Meriachem, because of the abundance of rebelliousness that you have within you. The Yetzer did not let them absorb. And the question is about whom are we speaking here? Are we speaking about a Tom, Dick, and Harry? We're talking about the greatest people of the generation. A Der Deya. This was a Der Deya. This was a generation that for 40 years in the Midbar, they saw Mon coming every morning. They drank water from a stone. I mean, they saw open miracles. They were covered day and night with an onon, with a cloud. They were all prophets. They all went through the Yam Suf. They all went through the Red Sea, and they pointed to heaven and said, Zeh Keli v'Yamveu, this is my God, sort of as if, whatever that means, as if they saw HaKadosh Baruch Hu to some degree. Zeh Keli, this is my God. This is Anoshim and Noshim and Taf. This is everybody. They were the most special people that ever lived, and they couldn't comprehend because of rebelliousness. The Sipurna says they all heard HaKadosh Baruch Hu speak, the first two commandments. They heard the Rebbeinu Shalom speak. They were on such a level. They were the greatest of great. And who was their Rebbe? Who was teaching them this Torah that they couldn't absorb, that they couldn't comprehend? None other than Moshe Rabbeinu himself, who heard the Torah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you have the greatest Talmidim and the greatest Rebbe of all times. How could we say about them that they have no means of comprehension? They cannot comprehend the Torah. Hashem says, Moshe Rabbeinu says, what could be expected of you? Hashem did not expect you, did not expect of you to be able to comprehend, because you were not 40 years yet in the Midbar. Apparently, the Yetzer Hara of a person, of even prophets, was so great that what could be expected of you? What could be expected of you? But after being 40 years in the Midbar and seeing godliness constantly, with the Mon, with the Tzur Chalomish, with learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, took 40 years to sink in that they should be responsible for their deeds. We see here a little inkling of what the Yetzer Hara that we have is. How he has tremendous powers, the Yetzer Hara, that can turn a person to do evil, to do wrong, not to do right. Eventually, after 40 years in the Midbar of constantly learning Torah and seeing HaKadosh Baruch Hu's actions, then first, even these great people, then first, until they went through 40 years, even these great people couldn't fight against this Yetzer Hara that's so strong. But now that 40 years are over, Hara Yom Hazeh, now HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Mikam ve'elech yakpid. From now on, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be strict. We just see a little idea of who our adversary is and how cunning and sly he is, and how we have to exert ourselves to be able to overcome the Yetzer Hara. We should be zeicha to overcome our Yetzer Hara. Amen v'amen.